Alright, YouTube, so as you guys can see, this is what we are working with today. So to start off with this haircut, I go in with a 2 all the way closed. That is what my client requested, that I use a 2 guard all the way closed. So that's exactly what we have on our clippers right now. We're gonna make sure that we're making clean, even passes all the way through his head. On the crown area, I did open a lever. So the crown area is a 2 open and everything else is a 2 closed. But with this, you want to make sure, like I said, you're making clean, even passes. You're taking your time. Before you do this step, you want to make sure that you have a nice consultation to figure out which way that his hair grows. And you want to make sure that you are cutting in that direction. So to start off with this taper, I start off by putting my ball guideline in a rainbow-like shape. And as you guys can see, my guy he wears glasses, so he has like that imprint of glasses at the corner of his ear. But yeah, we're gonna work around it and get through it. So we setting our ball guideline in, making sure that it is super clean, super neat, and making sure that we make multiple passes to grab all the hair. You want to make sure that this guideline is neat because it will set the tone for the rest of the haircut. If this guideline is sloppy and every other guideline that falls behind it is sloppy, then your fade will come out sloppy. So for me, and I feel like when you just start cutting hair, I feel like you should put all your ball guidelines in first, just to make sure that your taper or fade comes out as even as possible. When you set your guidelines in first, your ball guideline in first, you're making sure that both sides are even right off the bat, and then you just go from there. Follow your steps and go from there. So right here, to start our taper, we have our lever all the way open, and we're making sure we're making the same shape that we started out with, and we're making sure that we're making multiple passes so that every hair is to the desired length. Right here, I am taking out this guideline, so I have the lever halfway closed, and I'm just working out that bottom guideline. Right here, I have it closed, and again, I'm just flicking out at this line, using my corners, and trying to make sure I'm being very neat and precise at what hairs I'm going to. His glasses, you can see the indent right here. You got to make sure that doesn't throw you off. I know it could, but just try not to let that throw you off. Right here, I have my 1 guard on, and I'm going up about a ½ inch. And I just flip the lever over to try to clear out some of that bulk at the top of his taper. And now I'm just trying to work out this guideline. So I close the lever halfway, close it all the way, and then I use my corners to soften up this line so then I could come behind it with the 0 guard. So here I have the 0 guard on. I'm using my corners, flicking out, making sure I'm brushing, being very neat and precise on what hairs I'm looking to grab. You can see it's kind of a little dark spot right there. That's exactly what I'm trying to work out. As you can see, this taper is coming out very blurry. If you like the way this taper looks, comment down below a fire emoji. So what you do to one side, you must do to the other. So I repeated those same exact steps here on this side. Literally the same exact step. Open the lever all the way, go up about a ½ inch. Take that guideline out by closing the lever halfway, flicking at that line, then closing it all the way and continuing to take it out. Making sure to use my corners. And then I go ahead and I throw that 1 guard on, following this step. Go up about another ½ inch, and I repeat those same steps. Open it halfway, soften up that line and come behind it with a 0 guard. If you choose a system and you follow that system for every haircut should come out fire, especially once you master the system and do this system multiple times over and over and over again. Repetition is probably your #1 friend. I feel like in the barbering game, that's the best way to get better, is to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So find you a routine, find you some steps that work for you, and work those same steps on every single haircut. Don't ever switch it up. If it works for you, then go with it. What works for me may not work for you. What works for another barber may not work for you. So figure out what works for you and go with that. And I feel like you should be successful just off of that. But this taper is coming out fire. If you think so, hit that subscribe button. Turn on your post notifications. If you already subscribed, I freaking love you. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe right now. But that's the end of me talking. I love y'all. Catch me in the next video.